So I have my anti-casing. What I need now is a solution to kickstart the process. There's a lot of stuff around. Is actually pre-made chemicals. A lot of them, work. It's a matter of strength. They're fairly toxic, so you'll need some protection. But they're also very expensive. And a friend of mine advised me not to use them really because they're just too expensive. But he said actually just buy a lot of hair products would have them. So he advised me to buy this, and as far as I know, it worked. It worked for the last one. So I'm gonna try this again. This was about €14 in a shop, and the bit here was, I'd say, €5 on eBay. I got that a while back. But you need to think about it because once you get into the screen mod as well, it's probably about €50 altogether for that mod. And like I said, you probably will find a modded Gameboy for about the same price than the total cost of doing this. But I like doing this. So this is the B Blonde. Jerome Russell B Blonde. I'm not endorsing it. This is what my friend told me to use, and it works anyway. What you need as well is a sunny day, and that's actually the big unknown in Ireland. So I'm gonna have to wait maybe a couple of days for the next sunny day. And leave it actually all day in the sun. It's a combination of exposure time and using the right chemical. Hydrogen peroxide is what you're looking for essentially. So I would say most blonde dyeing hair product will work. Let's go. So here we are. I have actually an SNES as well, dismantled, that I'm going to do as well. I'm using some cling paper as well, just to cover everything so it doesn't evaporate. And I've made this box covered in tin foil just to reflect the light. And this is the product I'm going to use, and this is a coffee. It's probably not a good idea to keep them together. Mixing is pretty easy. You just get this bottle of clear whatever stuff. It's probably not good for you, so use gloves. They're actually provided in the box. You then mix this with this powder that's provided. Try to open it without leaving a mess, and mix that thoroughly. You then get this paste that you apply with a brush onto whatever you need to treat. Just make sure you leave a generous coat of everything, and then I'm just laying these inside the box. I will then cover them in the cling film, and just to make sure that the product keeps its moisture and doesn't dry up during the day, because I'm gonna leave this in the sun for about 8 hours, and it will dry up eventually. So using cling film is very handy. So I'm doing a quick check. This is after, I would say, about 4 hours in the sun in this setup. I've actually included a few other things. I have an old SNES that has considerable yellow. It's actually getting clearer already. I had an old Amiga mouse and my Amiga keyboard. That's actually my own. My old one I had when I was a kid. But you can see here already the difference underneath the underneath the film here. There's still a bit of yellowing, but this side, for instance, is becoming a bit more of that Game Boy beige already. That we know. Yeah, so it's working. I'm going to leave that for another, I'd say, another 4 hours, as long as there's sun. Like, it is actually a good amount of sun. This setup is definitely helping because it's reflecting a lot of the light, so we're making the most of the light that we're getting here today. I couldn't find a box big enough. This is an old cardboard box. I couldn't find a box big enough for this, but I think this is okay. It's still reflecting a lot of light from angles that probably wouldn't get light, and then the bottom is getting some light as well. But that, I'm not too worried about that. Although I did coat the bottom as well. So let's check back in about another 4 hours. Okay, so the Game Boy spent the whole day now. It's about 8 to 9 hours in the sun. With that that hair dye product on it, and it's pretty impressive. I'm going to show you, but first I want to show you. This was the first Game Boy, or the second Game Boy, the one I already used retrobright on. This one was retrobright and modded, and this one looks super clean compared to the other one in the previous video. This is the new one, and look at the difference. This one here now looks yellowed compared to this one. That's pretty impressive. That's 9 hours in a pale Irish sun using that hair product, and it just it's pretty impressive. I actually had enough for an SNES as well. I cleaned this Amiga mouse. Look at that, it's so shiny now, and yeah, pretty amazing. And then I cleaned my the front panel of my Amiga. I had enough product for all these, so it's pretty good. I mean, I don't know how expensive retrobright is, but I know it's pretty. It can be pretty costly if you want bigger quantities. This was 14 euros, and I was able to do a Game Boy, a mouse, an SNES, and an Amiga, half of an Amiga. And I had some left. I just didn't have time to take the back panel of the Amiga, but it wasn't as yellow. Although looking at it now, I'll show you afterwards. Anyway, I'll show you the result. But this is pretty impressive. This looked so normal, but now I'm probably gonna have to treat that as well. Wow, really cool. Yeah, I'm so impressed. So we're gonna put this back together. I have a panel for here, and then in the next section or next video, I'm gonna show you how to put the backlit screen on this, and how to put an X inverter, or how is it called, the bivert chip, which is essentially an X inverter. And then anyway, I'll explain everything in the next video. Thanks for watching.